Why is it? Hey, we're live.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Listen, we are the Empowerment Duo, and you can find us Monday through Friday right here on Facebook Live. But you can also always check us out on your favorite podcast player. Either look up the Empowerment Duo or Lisa Santiago McNeill or Brian K. McNeill, and you will find us on the podcast of your choice. We do have a topic today.
We do have a topic today.
We got a topic today.
We're going to talk about those hard to swallow pills. Those
Listen,
hard to swallow
hard
pills.
to swallow pills. We're going to talk about it. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about it. We'll be
I'm
back
so
in a
excited
moment.
about this show. We've never done this show before.
You don't think we've touched anything on this?
Oh, we've touched a lot of it, but
we've touched
we
it.
haven't done a show titled
What
Hard
the
to Swallow Pills.
heck? They have changed things again, and we'll be back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Like. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining this morning.
Good morning.
I am excited to talk about this. You got anything you want to share as we jump in? First of all, today is Thursday. A lot of you guys might be seeing some throwback Thursdays posts and stuff like that. What has your throwback Thursday? Because sometimes when you see somebody else's throwback Thursday, it'll like make you go look through your memories and stuff like that. What has something reminded you that you intended to do but didn't?
Well, we're going to talk about that too, but I want to talk about today the hard to swallow pills.
Yeah.
Those things that we know are true, but it's just difficult to receive. For example, I posted a picture this morning, and it was talking about how our inconsistencies and how our procrastination and our something else is holding us back. Mm-hmm. We don't like to admit it, but it surely is. All of us could be better.
It absolutely
our
is.
Inconsistency, which we have a lot of control over whether you're going to be consistent about.
You think so?
Yeah. And I made a list of some things that I think are hard to swallow. And I'll just tell you the first one that I posted. The first one I posted was that we waste a lot of time.
Whoa. We waste a lot of time.
Think about it. If you sleep 8 hours a day, let's count it back. 24 hours in a day. Mm-hmm. Let's say you slept 8. That leaves 16 hours left, right? And then let's say you work how many hours? Put a number on it. Any number. 8, 4 hours a day, 5, 6, 10. Even if you work 10 hours a day, that still leaves you 8 more hours to do something with. Okay, so you got 8 hours of sleep, 10 hours for work. Now you still got 8 more hours left in the day.
What you gonna do with it?
What do we do with it? We watch TV.
Or we rest.
Or we fish around on the internet.
Or we exercise.
Or we play, or we visit, or we go to meetings. We could do all of those things. Mm-hmm. But out of those 8 hours, the chunk of it is wasted.
It's wasted.
Yeah. We don't like to admit it.
You got a big giant recycle bin behind your house.
Is it?
How are you wasting time?
I didn't get the reference.
Well, there's a lot of talk about waste, right? And I think there's a balance between time and waste, babe. And I only speak this from my own perspective. Okay. You're welcome to help heal me or help me process or whatever. So I have a hard time wasting time, almost to the point that I overutilize time until I get to the place where I can't use time.
Your butt is achy. You're tired. You're working until you get to that place so that you don't feel like you're wasting any time.
Yes.
What say you? Is there any hard pills that you realize that even though it's difficult to swallow, you know to be true?
Well, a hard pill is I don't know if it's a hard pill yet or not. So I have spent the better part of my life fighting weight.
Okay.
What I'm trying to process now, was this an issue, or did I make it an issue, or was it brainwashing because of life experiences, or because of culture? You know, for a long time in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and even some of the 2000s, like skinny was the only size, right? Only now are we embracing that people actually come in different sizes and shapes.
Well, that's turned around because there was a time before the 70s, 80s, and 90s where Rubenesque was the desire.
No.
Yes.
Not here. Not in the United States.
In the world. Europe, definitely.
Europe is a different place. Yes, and we didn't find them attractive here in the United States, my love. So try as you will.
You have your defenses all set up for that argument, huh?
Absolutely.
Wow.
And that's unfortunate, right?
Even in the 60s, James Brown sang the song, I like my women boss. Okay. You know, big butt. He liked them boss, bigger women. That's what he sang about.
Great.
Okay. And people jammed with it. So there's always
absolutely. But so anyway, that comes just around. That's a hard pill to swallow because I keep misunderstanding the pill.
Okay.
Right. So for some, it's just a preference. For some, it's just that's where you are. That's the size you are.
Yeah. For you make a blanket statement like, well, skinny was the only size.
Right.
I'm not sure that's ever been true.
It might. No. I don't mean that it was the only size that existed.
I know.
I mean that it was
the size that was popular or desired.
Yes, it was the popular size. Gwen says, "Wow, the weight issue is my hard pill too." Yeah, weight is a big pill. Like it sits in my bedroom. It's got a corner in my office. The weight pill sits in my gym. It sits on my couch. It sits in my kitchen. Like that weight pill is like a big giant thing that sits in my house.
Wherever you go.
Everywhere I go.
There you are.
There it is.
There it is.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Hard pill to swallow.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
And the reason why it's even harder from what you were just saying is you put so much stuff with it.
And
is
so
it because
of
culture? Is it because of where I was raised? Is it because of this or this or this?
There's so many mixed messages, and there's so much what's the word that Sister Jeannie uses this? It's the history, the personal history behind it is both supporting and negating. So it's like it's churning all the time. It's churning up into a lather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it becomes difficult. But I mean, it might not be weight for somebody. There's a lot of hard pills to swallow.
We mentioned two already. One is
success can be a hard pill.
Wasting of time, and the other one was weight. And weight one, I don't know if I'll leave it just yet because the reason I have it on my list of hard pills to swallow, and the way I put it in is this: we don't exercise daily. Exercise daily is a hard pill to swallow because we know intellectually, we know exercising daily is a small price to pay for good health.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what you said, right? So and maybe the word no to start it was incorrect. But so here's the thing. We lose weight in the kitchen. We tone in the gym.
Well, how much of that is in your head? Because I happen to have a body too. And I know in direct proportion how much I'm exercising, how my body looks, and it looks change. Like for example,
that's tone, that's form, that's chisel.
I know that when I work out more, I like my body more, even if I don't change my diet.
So then why you don't?
That's a hard pill. Why don't I?
Mm-hmm.
No reason not to. You know, those things that are easy to do. Matter of fact, we made it so easy in our household, which makes it even a harder pill. We don't even have to go to the gym because we brought the gym home.
Right. We could just go downstairs. And I did go. I went the day before. I went not yesterday because yesterday I really wasn't feeling well. But I went Tuesday. I went Tuesday. I decided I wasn't going to wait until next Monday to start. That I was going to go back again to the gym, and I worked out. But honestly, it and I shared this with my health coach, when there is something that is unfavorable or uncomfortable to do, and there are no results,
right?
No results.
No one's gonna make you do it. No one's gonna question you if you don't, right?
Yeah, but also that you're hungry and you get on that scale and it hasn't moved or the clothes haven't changed. You're tired, your muscles ache, all these things. Now I'm making excuses. Please hear me say that I'm making excuses.
And this is a we. Every single thing we mentioned today, even though I made a list, is a confession as well. We're talking about hard pills to swallow.
Hard pills to swallow.
Things that are true, we know are true, just difficult to take about ourselves. And I'm saying we and ourselves. I'm not saying you. I'm saying me and her and everyone else. Yes. Hard pills to swallow. We mentioned a few already.
If it's yours, take it. If it's not, leave it. Like nobody's pointing a finger, right?
The first one we mentioned today, hello, Jacqueline, is we waste a lot of time. Yes, we do.
Hey, Gwen, I meant to say good morning. We read your comment, but I didn't say good morning.
Good morning, Sister Gwen. The other one is weight, and I mentioned it as the daily exercise, and he went down some. But there's
because
more
I don't connect exercise with weight.
You connect with diet.
I connect with diet.
Exercise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because here's the thing: I can lose 2 pounds if I completely and totally avoid bread and rice and potatoes.
You see my list?
In my day. Sure, you can leave it right there. You can leave it right there.
I want to get to my comments back again too.
They're there.
No, they're not all.
Okay. I don't know where my phone is.
You go again. All right, so
you go again. I put on lipstick so that I could brand you.
Yeah, pretty much. You don't need to brand me. I mean yarn. All right, let's keep it moving.
You say yarn?
Yes, let's keep it moving. All right. We're talking about hard to swallow pills today. We mentioned wasting of time, eating right, exercise, and weight. I got another one.
Mm-hmm.
A hard pill to swallow, but we really worry too much as a people. Mm-hmm. We worry too much.
Here's a worry that I have that I thought was mine and mine alone until I spoke to a couple of people and they accidentally shared their worry with me. And that is, I almost hate to say it, but we keep things real on the Empowerment Duo. This is a
hard pill to swallow day.
How long will I maintain success? Is a worry.
Yeah.
Like, how long am I going to be successful?
I thought about that a lot today, sweetheart, actually. I even ended up making that the last one I wrote.
Wow. Well, that's kind of it.
Yeah, but that's where I came with it this morning.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
How long will we be able to maintain this success? Yeah. And it's almost you're afraid to mention it or harp on it too much because success is fleeting. At least that's what's in our heads.
That is what is in our heads.
It may not be fleeting, but
absolutely. There are generational successes.
And it comes and goes, right? And you can't stay on top for long, right? Hogwash.
Who said that?
Right. Good morning, Brittany. Good morning, Jacqueline.
And who gets to measure that for you?
Right.
I mean, even as I think about that, and I think about some of my icons and my heroes, and I'll go to the very, very top for y'all, to Oprah, right? For my entire life, I'm 53 years old. For my entire life, from the point that I think I was about 16 until now, she's been successful. Now, she's had some unsuccessful trials, but she ain't never been at the bottom of nobody's list.
Well, if you let her tell it,
she's gonna say that she had some serious moments.
And aside from while it looked like she was having success. I remember reading Oprah's book, her biography, and she talked about this time when she won an award, and she tried to dress to hide her weight. She was still big Oprah. She had big old thighs.
She's still big Oprah.
Okay, well, back then she was really big Oprah.
Yeah.
Okay. She had big thighs and she knew it, big butt, big belly. And she tried big hair. This is like when her TV shows was first taken off.
Mm-hmm.
And she won an award and they called her up to the stage. And she talked about how she was horrified and mortified because she knew everybody was looking at her walk from the chair. And she didn't want to walk like a fat person. Mm-hmm. And she was just thinking of she described it so graphically, just knowing. And it had like stairs that she had to walk up to the stage, and she was dreading the stairs because she was going to look fat and ugly, and she put all of this stuff on herself.
Yeah,
about what it's going to look
absolutely.
like.
Even when she was right before she got the phone call to play in The Color Purple, she had pretty much given up trying to be successful at the weight that she was, right? She had checked herself into the weight loss clinic, and she was going to do all these radical things to become who she needed to already be.
We've even made a statement like that in our home. The people that have the levels of success that we want don't look like us. That was a statement that you made and I bought into.
Yeah.
But that's not true.
Why not?
Because I am successful already, and I happen to be me.
Yes, okay? That part.
So absolutely. That's not true.
Thank you. Brittany says, looking pretty in pink, my favorite color. I tried to give Brian some pink, but he didn't want it. He didn't want no pink.
This black offsets your pink well.
I know. I wasn't talking about your black. I was talking about putting some pink kisses on you.
Oh, nothing.
Beverly, good morning, darling. Thank you for
We're talking about hard to swallow pills.
What's a hard to swallow pill for you?
We just don't like to hear about ourselves. We waste too much time. We worry too much. Hard to swallow, but you really do. We all really do.
We do. We're not pointing fingers. We're making statements, declarations. If
we watch too much TV and we play on our phones too much. I
think there's a challenge with the phone deal jobber.
Well, let's talk about it, because my friend Pastor Kevin Webb is you. Okay. Pastor Kevin Webb talks about screen addiction. He even did a sermon on screen addiction, and he calls whatever the screen is. It could be your TV screen, your laptop screen, your phone screen, but we're addicted to screens is what he calls it. Okay. And probably too much. Okay. There's a lot of good that can come out of screens. Okay.
Good and bad.
Good and bad. Like you're learning Spanish and you're playing these word games. I think both of those things are really, really good. The word game exercise your brain, learning the Spanish, because that's what we're going to be next year. Yeah. That's right. I'm speaking it. Next year, this time, we'll be living in Puerto Rico. Lisa and I. We'll be doing our show from the Caribbean.
Brittany says that she worries about her future too much.
She said too much. And that has to be true, because she says she's saying it about her, and she says too much. Just a little too much. It's hard to swallow that pill. Thank you for that transparency,
Thank you
Brittany.
for that transparency and that honesty.
Hard to swallow pill, but we know it's true. Some of these pills, man, take this giant horse pill and swallow it, because it'll make you better in some way. But the pill is so big, it's so difficult to swallow, but you got to do it anyway.
Good morning, Brother Mark.
Mark Greer yesterday did a video. First of all, he had another fly suit with another fly tie and pocket square combo.
Now, are you out of the house now, Brother Mark? Or are you just getting dressed to go out in the car and make these videos and go back and put your pajamas back on?
But his video yesterday was talking about be better.
Be better.
Be better. You can. Okay, isn't there something that you can do to help yourself to be better? And that video is only like 1 minute and 39 seconds.
You know how it takes even less time than that to be impactful sometimes.
Yes, it does. Okay.
Snippets, while we keep wondering why y'all want us here for a whole hour. But we love hanging out with y'all. But I find myself making excuses is a hard pill to swallow. I don't know if that's the right framing of that statement.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But
making excuses, because we get good at it. That's the thing. As adults, I'm telling you, we get better and better at making excuses for ourselves, and making excuses for our failures, making an excuse for why it ain't happening.
To go back to Melody 54321, Melody, what's her last name? Roberts?
It's Mel
Robbins.
Mel Robbins, yes.
Mel Robbins. I knew what it was. Anyway, sometimes I will get an idea, and I will take that idea and vividly process it in my mind until I am too tired to actually execute it.
Yeah. That's your mind's
playing tricks on you. I'm not talking myself out of it.
Your mind's playing tricks on you.
Yes.
There's so much stuff I didn't want to leave these points, okay?
You can't do that.
You was messing with Mark Greer for a moment, and then I was about to say something, you cut me off. So, moly. But then I let it go. I ain't say nothing. For you. I ain't say nothing. I just let it go.
You didn't say anything.
I wanted to say this about Mark, okay? I wanted to offer some encouragement to my brother Mark Greer. Mark, I want you to please continue shooting these videos on LinkedIn. I don't know what kind of audience you're getting right now, but I know if you just stay in that game, if you keep putting that good content out there, that Mark Greer thing out there, that Mark Greer essence out there, eventually your audience will find you.
And you're making an impact.
And it's also an encouragement for my brother Mark, but also a confession on me. I have content too, and I have thought process as well, and I should be doing more of what I see my brother Mark do.
Hey, man. We all, each one teach one, each one encourage
hard pill to swallow, but I need to do more.
Pill?
Yeah, because I know that I'm supposed to be posting more lives.
All right, my hard pill to swallow that I actually started remedying, right?
Go ahead.
It's first it's going to sound like a joke. It's not a joke. I hate clothes. And since we work at home, well, I like pretty clothes, but I like it when people get to see it. I don't like to wear it, right? So when it is time for me to do a video, then I got to go find clothes. And so sometimes I forego making the video, take the picture, doing anything, because I got all these things that I got to do before that.
Right.
And so I'll say to myself, okay, tomorrow I'm going to do this, and this right after the show while I still have my clothes on, because very soon after I don't.
Yeah.
And I haven't.
That's a hard pill to swallow. Mm-hmm. I can see that happening. Same thing for a lot of people. You know, for me to record now, I gotta go shave. I gotta go put on a dress or whatever.
You gotta put on a dress?
Example. Okay, have you ever seen me wear a dress? Okay, goodness gracious. Okay, I'm not.
I don't know.
Tyler
I thought
Perry.
You were making some open confessions that you had never made before to the people.
But we got to get ready for these things, right? So getting ready, and some people might even call that laziness too,
Brittany,
or
amen.
Just getting in the way of keeping us from doing what we don't. First off, your brain is wired that anything that you decide to do, initially, your brain's not going to want to do it.
It says, nah.
Yeah, no matter every idea.
Except cake.
except for cake. Except for something bad. But almost every idea you have, your brain initially wants to reject it. You have to get past that. You should start doing push-ups every morning. Nah. You should go record a video. Nah. You got to talk yourself into stuff.
Or you got to use Mel Robbins'
formula.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, I do, every time I do it, it works.
See, now that's a confession too.
Every time you
do it, it works. Why don't you do it more often?
Exactly. I mean, every time I do it, every time I say I need to such and such and so 5, 4, 3, 2, go and do it, it gets done.
Brittany Thomas says, I worry about my finances too much. That's now a hard pill to swallow. Yeah. And you know what? You've never had a moment in your life where you was naked and alone outside on the street with no money, no home, no clothes. Okay. So you have found finances to live. Okay.
Brother Mark.
What did he say?
He said, I appreciate the kind words. Great brothers make other brothers greater. Amen to that. You are a great brother, my friend. He is. He goes on to say, Lisa, I am out of the house. That it's early when I do the videos and the light is better from the sunroof in the car. I am wearing flip-flops that you can't see.
Hey, but that makes sense. The lighting through the sunroof, though.
That was a confession of mine a couple of days ago, is that I haven't worn closed-toed shoes since 2020 April. April. Actually, it was probably February of 2020, because I get in flip-flops as soon as I can. I
got nice shoes, y'all, that I have not worn in a year and a half. Wow. Dress shoes.
Yeah, I got 2 racks of shoes that I haven't even touched.
We don't even wear shoes no more. I was anti flip-flops before pandemic. Tell the truth.
That's very true. You still anti flip-flop. You wear them in the house.
I wear them in the house.
Go to the quick run to the store,
occasionally.
Which you didn't do before.
I thought they were for the house. Okay, I wasn't wearing mine, even though I see other men do. I wasn't wearing mine out in the street. Those are for the house. I put on sneakers or shoes or something.
Choncletas, people. Embrace your inner choncleta.
Okay. That's what Lisa wants to cover. I wrote my list. Okay.
You're gonna wear shoes and sneakers in the Caribbean?
No, I'm gonna probably be in flip flops.
You're gonna be
barefoot.
Barefoot. You haven't been barefoot in. I was about to say barefoot. Brian doesn't even take a shower.
Yes, barefoot. I do. Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes, and I haven't done that. When I first got to Lisa, it was a habit since the military. In the military, you wear shower shoes in the shower, okay? And I've had that habit all my adult life until I got with Lisa because she didn't like it. So now I leave my shower shoes outside the shower.
In the house, I hope.
Outside the shower. I don't wear them in the shower anymore.
I gotta go to the pool.
Okay, so go to the pool. But anyway,
I am going to the pool.
Random. But anyway,
I know. It was very random.
Today we're talking about hard to swallow pills. Here's another one. We could eat even healthier. That's true. We could eat healthier. Hard to swallow pill, but it's true. We could eat healthier. All of us could eat more fruit. All of us could eat more fresh vegetables. All of us could eat healthier.
Jacqueline goes on to say the weight pill got on my nerves for years. I was in my 40s when my health became what is most important. So glad for me, I made that mental shift. And now almost 70, I am not at the weight I desire. However, I feel pretty good. My hardest pill to swallow is not having the life I planned for myself when I was in my 20s. I appreciate that. And thank you so much for sharing that. I actually saw a quote that has been like ingrained on me.
Good morning, Dr. Beverly. I know you're watching.
Good morning, beautiful. I said good morning to her earlier. So it was, who said this? It was a quote from Judge Judy. Judge Judy said, when you're in your 20s, if you didn't get it done, do it in your 30s. When you're in your 30s, if you haven't gotten it done yet, do it in your 40s. When you're in your 40s, if you haven't gotten it done yet, do it in your 50s. She says, as long as you wake up in the morning, you have time to do it, just do it. And the interesting anecdote she brought up was Grandma Moses.
Okay.
Grandma Moses, a lot of us think of as a fictitious character, but Grandma Moses was actually in her 80s when she began presenting her paintings, and she was actually very, very good. And it actually reminded me of my own grandmother, who has now since returned to Source, and she was a masterful artist for very, very many years in multi different mediums, and she worked. She painted art well into her 80s before she returned to Source. So let's continue to reinvent ourselves.
And another one I wrote on my list of hard pills to swallow is that we're already more successful than we're willing to admit.
That is a big pill to swallow. I think that pill is tied with Brittany's financial fears. It's tied probably with my fears. You're more
successful right now.
With finances as well. It's odd because it's almost like talking out of both sides of my mouth. I know that I can create wealth. I know that I consistently, I live that my lights are on, my food, bills clothing, and shelter, my bill is paid. There's money left over. All of those things. Money, yes. I ain't worked for nobody in a very long time. Right. And my husband don't pay all the bills, although he could. If I see it, I'll pay it.
Right.
If I see it,
I'll pay it. It's set up for me to pay all the bills, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because we both know we'll just make more money. Right. But it still is a pill like that sits in a pill bottle waiting to get swallowed, waiting to come in and swallow up the faith that I have in what we already do and what we've already done.
Why is it a pill? Why do we not? Why do we sweat that? Why are we not willing to admit it? Why? Because we know it's true. We don't worry about that at all. Okay.
We should not worry about that.
We should not worry about that at all.
We should not worry about that.
But you know why we shouldn't worry about it? Because we have enough months, enough years to know.
Otherwise, but that I'm gonna tell you, that brainwashing is so okay. I had a tub that God knows why some of these stories come from something else to something else. I had a tub in my house at Button Bush, and before we moved in, one of the contractors broke my tub. With his hammer, he broke it. It was a hole, and they patched it. and it looks beautiful and pristine, right? That patch is the brainwashing, because after a year, no matter if I never use the tub, I use the shower, I never touch it, you could see the patch suddenly seeping through. That brainwashing, because it hadn't been resanded down, it hadn't been refinished with that porcelain that he sprayed in there and all that, it came back because it was in the tub. So much of the brainwashing that has been put in us, sometimes unwittingly, by tradition or by sculpting or by lifestyle or by challenges or whatever, it's so ingrained in there that we have a hard time sometimes until it's too late to remember we got to go buff that thing back out. We got to go buff it back out. That it doesn't serve us. It doesn't fix us. It doesn't help us.
So many stories come. Let's talk to Sister Beverly here.
Hey, Beverly.
She says, hard pill to swallow. I know I should be further along than where I am. I have let what I see stop me instead of go through with what I know. It's called second guessing myself with exclamation points.
Good morning,
I know I should be further along than I am right now. It's such a hard and difficult pill to swallow.
That pill make you lash out at people too sometimes.
I need to offer you something. Everyone's journey is different, but George Frazier, I promise you, he really, really healed me because I was afflicted by that, my Dr. Beverly, myself. I felt like I'd be a millionaire by 25, certainly by age 30, but it didn't happen for me like that. Dr. George Frazier talked about how the first 50 years of your life is for learning. First 50 years is for learning. Age 51, you're only 1 year old, okay? Because the most productive years of your life, 60 to 70, 50 to 60, and 70 to 80, these 30 years, these are your earning years. That gives me solace, Dr. Beverly, because I'm 53. So technically, I'm 3 years in my peak earning years. I'm just starting my peak earning years. You're about my age, I think. You're just starting. You're a baby.
Absolutely.
You don't need to be further along.
Brittany goes on to say, I am very successful, but I always feel like I could be doing so much more. Such a hard pill to swallow. That is me,
Brittany,
too.
you are super duper successful.
Super successful.
The way you live your life, the books you've written, the fun you have, the people that you impact, the fact that you have a business and a website and a following. Come on. You are super successful right now.
Absolutely. Good morning again, Arthur Lynette. We missed you.
And you have a skill. You can put together that artwork, the inspirational artwork. Come on. Brother Mark Greer, one hard pill to swallow.
Okay.
Is we have more days behind us than we have in front of us. That's true. Yet we must swallow it and get excited about the days we have left.
Then maximize every moment in those days. Anytime is enough time to create our miracles. Woo!
I've had the thought, Mark, okay? I don't think I have another 53 years left on this earth. So that means I have more days behind me than I have in front of me. Okay? I need to learn to maximize these days.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's a pill. That's a pill that continues
I
to
feel that one. Yes.
Me. Yeah. Amen, Arthur Lynette. She says the road is so clear, but my vision is being distracted. So it's a hard pill to swallow. I've swallowed several pills and I'm back moving forward. Come on now. Sometimes we just gotta choke them down, right?
Some people call it shit you gotta eat. Sometimes you gotta eat a lot of shit, you know.
And Jacqueline says, exactly, Lisa. It seems that I keep starting over. I do plan to get it done. The vision I have pulls me forward every day. Getting up every day to connect to the Empowerment Duo is how I stay connected, is how I stay inspired to finish my course. I got plans and I plan to swallow.
I love it.
The hard pill of success until God calls me home.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm grateful that there are sometimes people listening and watching that we don't see and we don't hear, but your comments really, really do make the difference. And that's why we endeavor to read each and every one of them as often and as frequently as I can. Good morning, Glenda.
Especially from you guys we know and trust.
For joining. Absolutely, absolutely. Because sometimes we feel like we don't have enough time left, or we've wasted too much time, or there's not enough that we can do or have or be in the short amount of time we have. First of all, nobody has a expiration date on the bottom of their feet. And second of all, if you have enough time to worry about not having enough time, then you guess what? You got a little bit extra time.
Yeah, you got more time than you think. And you also have less time than you think, too. Ooh. Another freaking Jessica. Whoever she is, man.
Oh, that's right, Brittany. She says, I am right where I'm supposed to be. Absolutely.
Yes. And you got greater days ahead of you.
Absolutely. I was working on the last bits of Don't Let the Wheelchair Fool You, and I realized and I realized
Don't worry about it. Those goosebumps will go down in about 20 minutes.
I still get goosebumps even if you don't touch me in my ear when my husband is near. I lost my train of thought.
It happens. This morning I threw you off too. She was about to say something else and shut up.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going now. Oh, back to Brittany and Don't Let the Wheelchair Fool You. So I thought that I was finished writing about all the amazing things that Brittany can do, or finished illustrating all the amazing things that Brittany can do. And I realized that I forgot one. And well, it's not I forgot to include it. Brittany also goes swimming, and I wanted to capture that awesome moment with her and her dad in the pool. So that is the last of the Mohicans. And then if you have not already ordered Don't Let the Wheelchair Fool You, I believe it's in pre-order, and you can go to britneysbeads.company.site. Oh, I want to shout out one more person.
Go ahead.
So I also want to shout out Carmelo Baker with Don't Let the Please Do Not Treat Me Differently. And her city paper actually did a write-up of her.
That's nice.
Yeah. So when you let people know what you're doing, they'll be happy about it with you. Beverly says, according to you, Brian Keith McNeill, I'm just getting started. So I will boldly declare that I have more years in front of me than I have behind me. I have a lot to do and no time to waste. That's right.
Yeah.
Baby.
And I believe, Dr. Beverly, I'm telling you, reading aloud, Lisa just read it aloud, and I'm reading along with her. I believe you. I really, really believe
right.
You got a lot to do. You got a lot to do, my sister.
Absolutely.
And no time to waste. The world is needing you.
No time to waste. So how do we take these pills?
I tell you, how do we take these? That's the good time to transition.
Yes, please.
I want some help, but these are my thoughts on how do we swallow these difficult pills. Okay. My thoughts on how do we swallow them, because if a doctor gives you a bottle of medicine, antibiotics, and they typically tell you what? They tell you
take all of them.
Take all of them,
even when you start feeling better.
Right, because you can start feeling better in a day or 2 or 3, but you got to take the whole bottle. Why do they want you to take the whole bottle? Because the antibodies that, even though you're feeling better already, you don't feel the symptoms already, take the whole bottle of antibiotics because it can fight off that infection coming back in. So take the whole bottle that they prescribe, right? Medicine is easiest taken in small doses. These hard to swallow pills, it's my Brian eyes thinking. If we were able to simplify the pill or make the pill smaller, okay, by simplifying the pill, I'm talking about if we was to write down that hard pill to swallow, because once we write it down, it makes it more easy to digest. If we can break it up into chunks or parts. I know I should be exercising daily. Maybe I could do 5 push-ups and then 10 push-ups instead of thinking of it as exercise as a whole. Think of it as 5 push-ups or 10 push-ups or 20 push-ups or whatever it is. Okay, that might make it easier to digest. That's taking the pill and cutting the pill into pieces.
Beverly says, take them with water, 1 pill at a time.
Yeah,
that's right.
Take it with water. And what's the water? Okay, could the water be some scripture to take that pill with?
A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most.
I'm looking for the water, a metaphor for the water.
I know. It could be companionship.
It could be companionship.
First of all, that song had a meaning with it.
I know, but where's the song from?
It's from Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins. I'm looking for a metaphor, and you're going to sing Mary Poppins.
It was a metaphor. It was
you're over here singing Mary Poppins tunes.
I like
but we're trying to daggone.
So the metaphor is that sometimes you have got to sweeten the pot. It could be you need a motivator. You need a reward for taking the pill.
That's another thing.
Right. So that's what the spoonful of sugar is, man. Just because you don't dig my stuff doesn't mean that my stuff not good. So it could be companionship. Like for me, exercise by myself is like being sent into timeout. Like I hate it. Even it could be like he said, like I said, a reward for doing it. There's got to be some gratification mixed into it, and it can't just be the end goal for me.
There's a thing called a concept called "eat that frog." Okay, you heard the concept? Okay, eat that frog. The way it works is this: if you have to eat a frog, okay, if you're in a place in your life, whatever, if you've got to eat a frog,
put some
wait.
I'm so sorry.
No,
fry it up.
The concept is if you have to eat a frog, you don't want to look at it for too long. Mm-hmm. Just eat it, get past it, and then go on with your day.
Yeah.
Okay. The frog. Let's say, for example, you have to eat a frog at some point that day. Okay. Some point that day.
Eat it first thing in the day and get it over with.
Yes. Instead of dreading about it all day long and thinking, dang, at some point I'm gonna have to eat this frog.
My manager, Lisa Richardson, used to send us that. I think we had it in like a little, at the time it was a little cartoon and it was a blender, and she would be like, eat the frog, drink the frog as a smoothie or whatever, just get it done.
The frog is that ugly thing that you gotta do. You gotta do that ugly thing.
You gotta do it.
So you don't want to wait to the end of the day to eat your frog.
Jacqueline says, sweeten the pot. OMG. So true, Lisa. Thank you, Jacqueline, very much.
She's just trying to have your
back.
He
That's just don't like Mary Poppins or none of my old throwbacks. He don't like.
I don't like Mary Poppins or Sound of Music. None of that stuff.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
Dr. Beverly says, water is the plan.
Yes.
Pill is execution. The mirror. Being your own cheerleader and say, I told you can do this. Yes. I think there's room for being your own cheerleader, but I really believe that we all need cheerleaders too.
We need cheerleaders aside from ourselves.
Yes.
We do need cheerleaders aside from ourselves.
Need them.
Needed. Brittany, she said she wanted to respond to the comment about what Judge Judy said about do it no matter how old you are. And I am constantly learning new things and reinventing myself.
Judge
Amen.
Judy is a classic. The robe will fool you. Okay.
Yes, Lord.
If you've never seen Judge Judy in her club clothes,
that was photoshopped, I believe.
You think so?
I don't know.
There was a lot of them.
But I love it. Yeah, there was a lot of them.
She got a body that you wouldn't believe.
She's very sassy, and she didn't allow her. I know this is like old news, right? But she didn't allow her circumstances with the broadcasting network to determine what happened to her show. She went ahead and she reinvented herself, and she continues to be Judge Judy. If y'all don't want it, y'all don't want to pay for it, fine. I'm going to go to YouTube because YouTube free. How many of y'all sitting waiting on somebody to do something and waiting on something to happen? And it's all of this free media out here, free social media, free this, free that. I'm on a podcast this afternoon with Climbing Everest. Shout out to Brian on the show. I'm looking forward to being his guest. I'm looking forward to being his guest. If I would have remembered his last name offhand, I would have just said Brian such and such so and so. Brian is the podcaster from Climbing. No, it's not.
So say that.
Not this Brian. Jeez, crow. But I am going to be his guest on Climbing Everest.
Another hard pill to swallow.
And it is, but you know what?
For me, I should be doing shows on YouTube. I've known this for years.
But we do. We're on YouTube every day.
It's not Brian Selling Your Services show. That's what I'm saying. I should be doing that on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We also get to take the reins and decide how much time we have and how much time we want to give to marketing, to sales, to this, to that, to the other thing, and continue to move closer. Like the Mount Everest thing. The person who climbs Mount Everest been up a hill or two before they got to Everest.
That's right.
So sometimes we look at failure or success based upon the ultimate goal, and we haven't even taken the first hike. We haven't even taken the first step.
It'd be foolish. It's tantamount to people who make 15 grand a year saying next year I'm gonna make $1 million. Okay, that's climbing Mount Everest when you haven't climbed any mountains or any hills.
And that's absolutely why there is levels to inclusion. There's levels to inclusion. There's a lot of things that there are people that are like, oh, I want you to do this with me. I want you to do that with me. Well, where have we started? What are we doing? And what are you willing to invest in yourself? And what have you invested in yourself so far? If you're at the beginning, that's fine. Let's start at the beginning. Let's start at the beginning and let's honor that start, because there is a whole bunch of other people who ain't even stepped the first step.
We got to hustle on, because this is the Empowerment Duo show. Let's talk about it. The show's been going for 5 years now. October of 2016, almost 6. Oh yeah, 5 years now. And those guys, those of you who have been
October we started 6.
Those of you who've been consistently contributing, those of you who've been rocking with us for years, we'd like to thank you. And the way we thank you is with a greeting song or a greeting logo. And if this is your first time here, this is going to seem a little bit nutty, but just hang in there. It'll be all right.
Or you might get your own song, and then you won't have to be jealous no more.
Like, for example, the first one has Earned Her Jam. It's Sister Jacqueline Rosier, and it goes a little something like this.
Jacqueline Rosier, pretty little girl that I adore. You're the only one my heart beats for. I'm so glad that you are mine.
Good morning, Sister Jacqueline Rosier. Up next is Miss Brittany Thomas.
It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany Thomas. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany. It's your time. It's your time. Yeah.
Gwen Brown, keep coming back. We'll get you a jam.
That's right, Gwen. Thank you. My eyelashes got stuck here. This is Dr. Beverly.
Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning,
Good
Dr.
morning.
Beverly. Brother
Good
Mark
morning,
Greer is
Brother
here. So wide you can't get around it. So low you can't get under it. So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove, getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. That's my man.
Hey, Mark.
Miss Vivian is here.
Whoa, Vivian. Vivian Reed is here. Vivian Reed is here, and now the show can go on.
Good morning, Miss Vivian.
It's time for Author Lynette.
At this table we sit,
making it legit.
Because when Lynette hits the show, you know, I've done a new thing already with my business.
Yeah.
My company's called the Sales Confidence Coach, and I decided to do it right. I've done a lot of training and telling people what to do and then leaving them alone to do it. Well, I decided to ramp up my accountability with them, and I make my clients have to check in with me daily. And I reach out to them after 4 p.m. I start reaching out to all my clients, checking with me daily. And I told them once I started doing this, some of y'all ain't gonna like everything I say, and some of y'all ain't gonna like my check-ins. And last night was the first one to dislike the fact that I checked in. I told you that.
Accountability don't always feel comfortable. You get ready to eat that big ice cream, and your coach call, and you say, what you doing? And you
say,
nothing.
Did you make your list of 5 targets yet?
Man, I'm busy. Man, I can't talk right now.
Here's the thing. They could do it or not. I don't care. I'm still gonna check in. And if you didn't do it by now, do it tomorrow. That's what I told her. Do it tomorrow. And if you don't have it done by tomorrow, I'm gonna say do it the next day. Just get it done. Okay? Yeah. So I'm not gonna let it go no more. So high accountability now. That's the difference in my training programs.
Glenda's riding on the freeway in makeup in her pink Cadillac. Wow.
Good morning, Miss Glenda. How you doing?
Hey, Glenda. I'm actually wearing paparazzi pink, which is a color from Mary Kay. What?
They said we had new comments, so I wanted to get to
it. Beverly said, it's easy and comforting to cheer on somebody else and their hang-ups, but the pat on your own back can get you to a place for not just cheering someone else, but helping them in a stuck place.
I thought about that thought. You know, it is hard to pat ourselves on the back. Try it. I mean, it can be done, but it's not elegant. It's not easy to do. Okay, but someone else could pat you on the back so easy, right? You could pat someone else on the back easy too. It's easy to do. Okay. Oh, can't touch you without getting a job.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Wow, it makes me tingle all over. Jacqueline says, I get so many small things done that I experience explosions of amazing happiness all through the day. While on my way to my big moments, it keeps me loving life.
Sister Jacqueline, I think it was you saying you're tired of starting over and over. I made a post before. If you're tired of starting over, stop quitting.
Stop quitting. But sometimes it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
It's difficult a lot of the times, okay? But, man, you guys were wonderfully responsive today, and I'm so glad.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I don't think Lisa and I have done a show titled Hard to Swallow Pills before. But the idea, I saw a meme, and the idea is like, man, let's talk about these hard to swallow pills.
Shout out to Bill Brown if you happen to be watching the replay. I just wanted you to know that I am thinking about you.
I was just thinking about him on this broadcast. I wish he was I'll give him a call today.
Spectre Gadget, BBD. He'll get the reference.
9:49. You're shuffling your amazing mindfulness cards?
I am shuffling them. I have been actually taking them out more, and it's a reminder once again that sometimes we do get to take that ouch pill. The quote that Zig Ziglar gave to the team that said, every time sales go down around here, we pop in one of your tapes and we begin to revisit what you're doing. And he responded, instead of just saying great or wonderful, he responded, so why you wait to take out my tape? The same thought that I have about the amazing mindfulness cards, particularly this week. In particular, my mind has needed some additional support, and I just flipped the card, and the card is, I am rewarded for my faithfulness. How appropriate is that? I am rewarded for my faithfulness. And faithfulness,
you will be too.
Can be defined as persistence. It could be defined as consistency.
Now look at that.
Faithfulness.
It's got a cheetah on the card. How
appropriate is that? It's got a cheetah on it.
You know, a cheetah, a big cat out in the plains of Africa. They are the fastest land animals, and they hunt, other fast animals. Okay, that's what they hunt. They eat other fast animals, and what they do is they sneak up as close as they can sometimes, but sometimes they don't try to get as close as they can. They just run after it. Okay, they just run. They don't have to worry about sneaking like lions do. Lions have to get pretty close, but they can just run after it
because we fast like that.
But here's the thing. Most of the time, they miss. Okay? They miss. But like 60% of the time, they try and it fails. But 40% of the time, they catch something. Okay?
How about that?
And we still have cheetahs.
That's right.
But the cheetah's not worried about, we're going, oh, God, if I don't get another antelope, my species is going to die. They know they're going to get enough.
Woo! Brittany, thank you for that pill, because I have to own that pill. Brittany says a hard pill to swallow for me is not being afraid to go to pop-up shops or even setting up at a park to sell my books. Gotta stop being afraid and share my story and get the money that's out there for me. I could easily make a couple $100 weekly. Yep. Ugh. Hard confession. Yeah. I've gotten used to this virtual world and I didn't want to go out into the streets and network.
Yeah.
Me too.
Me too.
I have embraced this virtual world.
And guess who else too?
you, and all of you in the back and in the front and in the middle.
The person that will make more contact with real people will earn more money than
I don't know about that. I don't know if I fully embrace that. Because I'm going to tell you, I am enjoying. I think it's an either or.
It's an old song, like back in the day.
Yeah.
This competing salesperson, one who only makes a lot of phone calls, and the other one goes out to see the clients.
Yeah, but it's different now.
It is different now.
It's different
now.
So
and I just got caught up in it.
Absolutely.
Because back in the day, the one who went to them made a whole lot more money than the one who just made calls.
Yes, but that's why I'm saying that even like with these pop-up shops, some of them can be virtual. Some of them can definitely be, you could just have a virtual book read or a virtual talk.
If Brittany set up in parks, let's say she went to a park once a day. It's not possible for her to go to a park Even if she's only there for an hour or two each day with her book stands up there, a book stand or a stand of showing her like a pop-up stand and her books on the table and her pretty face and her smile there, people coming by, it's not possible for her not to make some good connections and make some money. That's just not possible. It's reasonable for her to expect that, just like she said, she'll make a couple $100 easy just by setting up.
Yes. Absolutely. I know that's right, Lady J. Go ahead and make them know it. He said it's not the quitting. She said it's not the quitting, Brother Brian. It was the dealing with the illnesses over the past 20 years. Just want you to know, Lady J never quits. Never, never, never.
I believe
never,
you.
Ever, never,
I believe
ever.
you. I believe you. I was saying to you, that was the meme I posted. If you're tired of starting over, stop quitting.
Absolutely.
Okay? But I did not couch it with any ancillary things that could get in the way. It was just, if you're tired of starting over, stop quitting.
And definitely when things are challenging, sometimes you got to get permission to take a knee so that you can allow life to be taken care of. I do want to shout out, and speaking of life, that makes me think of my daughter, Brianna. I know that Brianna still has everything in her to succeed and to become everything that she is going to be. And I'm going to tell you that sometimes we can have it all, but we just can't have it all right now.
Give her a call. Anyway, It's time to get out of here. I pray that you have an amazing day. I look forward to you. Tell us about your wonderful day today. I want you to expect good things to happen to you today. My day is wonderfully busy today. I'm going to be excited about working all day long.
Absolutely, absolutely. Beverly goes on and say, okay, Brittany Thomas, we have to all get a cardboard of ourselves, LOL.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. And I can create and order them for you. We have them. Actually, I think I got a special rate right now. So, because I got it for a couple of my authors, they're pop-ups.
Cardboard stand-ups or retractable, either one.
Retractables,
but you need something that people could see from away.
From far distance.
That way they could determine if they're comfortable enough to approach.
Yes, because sometimes people are nosy, but they're also cautious.
And if they don't have an idea from far off, they may not come at all.
Absolutely, absolutely. We love you.
Brittany says this is a great topic. Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you. You know what tomorrow is? Shout It Out Friday. Bring your topics, your celebrations, your other businesses that you want to support and share, and let's talk about it for real. Let's be intentional. Chef Rev, we missed you today, and if you catch the replay, have a great day. And Shy, we missed you. We love you guys. Have an amazing day. Until tomorrow, don't forget to have sex.